Should have known that was going to happen. I forgot. Good morning, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, the 24th, 1st of August. Welcome to TDA, the day after. Your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And of course, we are hosted by the best in the business. Introduce yourself, guys.
Call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
And I am your boy, 6 foot plus a pure temptation, Big Marsh from the east side of the bridge. I forgot I was leading the show today. I ain't done that in ages. I just thought Esther was going to start talking, even though I can see she's not there. That's my bad. Well, go on, though. You all right?
Blessed and highly favoured. Thank you very much.
Oh, I can tell what move Brent's in today. It's
The
Wednesday.
love of a good woman.
Wednesday.
The love of a good woman.
The love of a good woman will set you free, Brent.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I long for it.
Say I yearn for it.
It's nice to be here with you guys. All right. Good morning, Timmy. Good morning, TT. Good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Eddie. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Iman B. Good morning, Antonia Hansen. Good morning, L1. Good morning, Davina. Good morning, Dr. Amani. Good morning, Amy Snowglobe. Good morning, Paul Wall. Good morning, Josie Oggers. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Black Mara. Good morning, Ghana Greatness. Good morning, Abby Appiah. Good morning, Fanan. Good morning, ONB. Good morning, everybody. All right, everybody, don't forget to retweet the tweet on X. All right, let us start the show. I don't think I have anything to play to get you guys views on. Hey, did you hear that Putin is opening Russia's doors for some people? I can't remember what the ideologies of the people. He said if it is that you don't want let me not look to paraphrase this. I'm rubbish at paraphrasing. I'll get it up and then I'll read it to you. Louise.
Sorry, I just feel like I was going to say something. It slipped my brain.
Louise, when you want to call in to talk about that fantastic new initiative that you have running over there.
Who's Louise
at
now?
I Love Live.
Huh?
From I Love Live.
Lauren.
Lauren Louise.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm doing it back to front.
No,
Lauren.
Hey, I just didn't know there was a Louise involved.
Lauren, sorry, my bad babes. When you want to call in, please let me know, and you can call in and you can tell us all about it. I'll look to put up the link so that when you're talking, people will see what's what. Anywho, let us get into the
Before we go on, I totally forgot, Big up Jackie, she supports the show, always watches every day. She has got a children's concert in September. So basically she's extending the invite to everybody and basically saying if you want your child to perform in this particular concert, let her know. I'm going to put the link. I'll give it to Brent anyway. I'll put the link up. And basically, let me read it. A few mums have created an initiative called The Foundation after seeking a platform to offer our children a chance to perform their music pieces. The foundation supports programs that develop children's leadership skills through arts and community service. The next event is a children's concert, and it's going to be at Woolwich Works on September 15th at 5 p.m. So if you're interested, you just have to get your child. So if you're interested in having your child perform, you just have to fill out the form, which I'll give to Brent to post up by August 30th.
I would have done it still, but I'm not going to be here. Yeah, traveling. So.
Where you going?
I'm going R&B, slow jams in Malta.
Yeah.
Then I'm going DR.
Lovely.
It's all in the same run, remember?
I don't know what it means. How long are you going to be gone for?
What, from here?
Yes. So like, get what?
About 3 weeks. I leave on the 12th of September and I go Malta to the 16th. And then I land back here on the 16th. On the 17th, I will wash my clothes. And then on the 18th, I will be back on the plane to DR. And I'll be in DR for 11 days.
Wow.
It's my friend's 40th birthday, isn't it? So
Nice.
that's where he picked. That's where we ended up. That's what we're doing. Took all these years for us to go away. It's gonna be our first time together away as friends.
Yeah, wholesomeness, man.
It's gonna be a lot of good stuff.
100%. When men gather together in fantastic countries, all they do is like pray and eat.
Yes,
Facts.
bond.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, and cry.
And these are married men as well, so
When two or three are gathered,
They all become the same.
Christ is there.
it's only wholesome activities. Only wholesomeness,
Yeah.
wholesome activities.
I found it.
Probably more philanthropy.
Yes.
Yeah. Putin allows foreigners to apply for Russian temporary residence on moral grounds. Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree on August 19th allowing foreigners and stateless persons to apply for temporary residence in Russia on moral grounds, according to the Russian state-controlled news TASS. The move follows Putin's decision in January to simplify the procedure for obtaining Russian citizenship for foreigners who sign a military service contract with the Russian Armed Forces or separate military units. Under the new decree, applicants for temporary residence do not need to provide proof of Russian language skills, knowledge of Russian history, or understanding of Russian legislation. Can you imagine? The decree also removes restrictions based on state quotas for temporary residence permits. Applicants must reject their home country's policies that promote so-called destructive neoliberal ideological attitudes, contrary to traditional Russian spiritual and moral values. The specific values are determined by each Russian oblast policy, while the Russian government will identify the states whose policies are considered destructive. So you're gonna see a bagger man go there and let's just say, hey, I disavow Nigeria, I disavow India, I disavow yeah, sign me up.
And you have to sign up to military service.
Does that tell you that they're losing numbers in Ukraine? He wants to replenish his stocks. Can you imagine? Cannon fodder.
Well, that's sick.
So what? Shamima Begum's got somewhere to go then.
What's that thing called that Mos Def's got? The world passport. Is that the thing?
Oh no, you know.
Where like you're not a citizen of any.
A global citizen?
Is that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Is that real though?
I'm sure it's real.
Who gives it to you?
I don't know. Ain't Mos Def got that?
Nah, that ain't real.
Let's see.
You sure?
What? Why? No, like more people got it then.
It's like you got a passport of the world. It's like you're not thing to any country, but you need it so you can travel. Or is that like a conspiracy thing? Is that a real thing?
I'm thinking,
sure. I swear to God, I heard someone say it. Was it Mos Def saying it? Is it out of his own mouth?
Oh no, you know. I've not heard that.
Do you know what I mean?
Is he Moorish American? You know, because like there's a pro-black. Well, to be fair, they'll hate the fact that I'm saying they're black, but they're like black
The world
Americans.
has no borders.
Huh?
Like the world has no borders.
Yeah, and they basically see it as if you haven't got a nationality, then you're nothing, sort of thing. So maybe it's one of them sort of things.
Mos Def, the American rapper, actor, and activist who now goes by Yasin Bey, indeed had a situation involving a world passport. In 2014, Yasin Bey attempted to leave South Africa using a world passport, a document issued by the World Service Authority. The world passport is not widely recognized by most countries as an official travel document, and it led to complications for Bey. South African authorities detained him, stating that his travel documents were not valid. The incident gained some media attention as it highlighted issues with using alternative or non-state issued passport for international travel. So yes, Mos Def did have a world passport, but it caused legal issues, particularly because most countries do not recognize it. He printed it himself.
Oh, so it's an idiot thing. I thought it was official. He just made.
Let me see.
He just made that in his bedroom. Said, "Listen, I'm a man of the world. Listen, I want to go home." That's crazy. I thought you went through the proper channels.
Nah.
Look, yes, there is a document known as a world passport, but it's important to understand its limitations and the context in which it exists. The World Passport is a travel document issued by the World Service Authority, the same authority, a non-profit organization founded in 1954 by Gary Davis, a peace activist who advocated for world citizenship and the idea of a world without borders. The World Passport is meant to symbolize global citizenship and the idea that everyone has the right to travel freely as a citizen of the world. The World Passport is not an international recognized travel document, so it's a made-up thing by the peace organization. In the same way as passports issued by sovereign states, most countries do not accept it as a valid form of travel.
Shouldn't that be an option if you don't want to be a citizen to a country? If you don't want to align with any country, but you want to travel the world, that's like a viable option. Ain't that fair? Or are they saying you have to have allegiance to somebody?
Yeah, you have to. You have to have a nationality.
Why don't?
It's just how it is.
I know I'm saying that's how it is, but
Yeah,
there's not
I don't know.
a space in your mind where you can understand the need for that, or you're saying it makes sense that everybody should have a nationality.
I mean,
With all these people being displaced and immigration and all this kind of stuff, and generation people don't even know where they're coming from. If you say to yourself, actually, you know what, I don't align with any country. I'm a citizen of the world.
I guess if you're the only one that's doing it, that will cause you problems because there'll be security risks. Other nations won't allow you in. You can't claim no rights. You have no. Yeah, you got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think, but obviously, I guess like you're saying, all of the other stuff about having nationalities and nations would have come prior to that. But everyone's nationality is based on, I guess, their ethnicity at one stage, isn't it? And everybody, I guess, in their community will say, this is ours. So automatically, you somewhat have, before passports, you would have had some sort of ownership of the land, innit? And said, okay, cool, this is mine. I have every right to do everything I do here. Just like everybody else in my community, and everyone outside of this doesn't. So to then say, okay, I want to break free of that, that means you're going into somebody else's territory, potentially, who hasn't broken free of that. So then you'd have that issue.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a world passport, though. I said, I wouldn't mind a world passport.
You might find yourself in the same mess as Mos Def. You know what? There was a time, I could be totally conflating things here. But I remember there was some sort of documentary that Mos Def put out many years ago about how he got tortured, I think, at an airport or something. Yeah, like, I think he was reenacting what happened. I can't remember. I could be getting it wrong. Somebody in the chat might know. Yeah. So I don't know if it's linked to this, you know. Maybe it's linked to it. I don't know.
Lauren, if it is that you can join the Discord so that you can prep yourself for this particular message that you want to tell the community. I've got the link up and I'm ready for you. Just make your way to the Discord so that it's clean and clear. I'm going to turn off the phone very, very soon. As soon as I upgrade, I'm going to switch that phone off. It's going to be Discord conversations only. Anyway, let's get into the...
Is that the plan?
Discord?
You say no more phone calls?
No.
I'm with it. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Eddie said he will call in later.
Good, Eddie.
All right, cool.
Is he on the Discord, yeah?
You better be.
All right, so we're getting to this headlines until Lauren calls?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's start the show.
Good morning.
Good morning, Louise. Lauren, Louise.
Can you guys hear me?
We can,
Yes,
loud and clear.
ma'am.
How are you? Oh, she can't hear us.
Oh, hold up. How about now?
Yeah, that's better. That's
Sorry.
much better. How are you guys?
All good,
We're
thank
great,
you.
we're
How are you?
Blessed and highly favored. Thank you very much.
Good. I'm good, thank you. And happy to hear you're going to be in Malta. I'll be dancing on the other side of the pool, Malta, so I'll see you there.
Are you there, yeah?
Yeah, man, I'm there.
Don't worry, man. I ain't going to share none of your secrets, man.
Listen, I'm a lady. I'm managing director of a non-profit. I'm just looking at that
she has access. She has access.
Well, thank you guys again for helping me push another great initiative that we're doing. So I'm very grateful.
Straight.
So this time we're not doing an event, but we're doing our artist development program. So we do this every 6 months. So basically we take applications from emerging artists to give them 5K to go towards their music career. And then they're on the program for 12 months where they get meetings every 2 weeks with us to talk about their plans, what support they need, anything basically that kind of goes into building your career to get you to the next level. It's all there on the website. We've got like a FAQs there for anyone that's interested in applying, and it covers all the stuff that we do as well in those meetings. And the program is also sponsored by Stellar Songs, which are a big music publishing company. And for those that don't really know about music industry terms like that, publishing is like songwriters, producers, those kind of people really. And it's run by Tim and Danny, who are two big iconic music execs that have been in the industry for like decades. And now they've basically gone worldwide in all the things that they do. And some of the people that they've worked with is Stargate, who are massive producers. They produce for like Beyonce, Lady Gaga, like basically all the big pop acts across the world. And people like Sam Smith, Charlie XCX, so pop stuff, but they also work on like Flow, the R&B group. I think they work on some stuff that people work with at Heady One and stuff like that. So their music experience is like across the board. So basically their A&R team does it alongside us. So they bring A&R expertise and I just bring my background in like marketing, events, social media marketing and stuff like that, so that they've got support across the board really in their career.
This is amazing. Where was this when I needed help?
Oh, well,
I
but now
wanted
we're
to be a
here,
singer.
unfortunately. Oh, maybe one day you can
No, don't do
tap
that.
into your
Don't do
talent.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe one day.
You never know. You never know.
Is it too
Life
late
for
for
the
me?
living, you know, Brent.
Is it too late for
Huh?
me?
There's no age limit, you know. There actually isn't no age limit. There's
serious?
no. So if you're good, you're good. You know, to be honest though, it's more likely if you're emerging, it is the younger demographic. But we on purpose don't put age range because our partners and our team, we've come across people that sometimes the industry might deem like quote unquote too old, because obviously unfortunately music can be quite an ageist career. But you know, if we feel someone's good and they just need that little step up, then why not? Why not support them?
This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, if anybody is an emerging artist, if it is that you think you're a wavy and whatnot, you need some assistance, this is perfect for you. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and I'm also gonna put it in the bio, and I'll probably run it on the bio for the next week.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, Lauren Louise, for this. This is
Thank you
cool.
very much. You're welcome.
When are you coming
Thank you
in
for
to
your time.
basically be a guest host? I don't understand.
I am ready. I'm waiting.
Emmanuel, line it up, please.
All right.
Can you send Emmanuel a DM on Discord, please, so you can schedule this in?
Okay.
Or Insta's better.
Insta.
Okay, I'll do it on Insta. That'll be better. Okay, cool.
All right, thank you very much,
All
Lauren.
right then. Love, guys. Have a
Bye-bye.
great day.
Peace out.
Bye.
Okay. So our first set of headlines. Rachel Reeves is planning to raise taxes, cut spending and get tough on benefits in October's budget amid Treasury alarm that the pickup in the economy has failed to improve the poor state of the public finances. With the latest official set of borrowing figures out on Wednesday, the Chancellor is insisting that she will still have a substantial black hole to fill despite stronger than expected growth in the first half of 2024. Reeves is concerned that official figures showing that borrowing was already running more than £3 billion higher in the first 3 months of the financial year from April to June than forecasted by the Independent Office for Budget Responsibility, the OBR, at the time of Jeremy Hunt's March budget. She announced last month that she was scrapping the winter fuel payments for most pensioners, shelving plans for social care reform, and axing road, rail, and hospital investment as the first stage of a plan to reduce borrowing. We spoke about that before. But now the Treasury has made it clear that further hard choices would need to be made when Reeves delivers the first Labour budget since 2010 on the 30th of October, which of course we will go into. Next headline, and King Charles has met survivors of the Southport knife attack that claimed the lives of 3 young children. Crowds cheered as he arrived in the Merseyside town shortly after 1:30 p.m, where hundreds of tributes had been left for the victims. During the private meeting, the King heard about the experiences of some of the young children who were attacked, and he also signed a book of condolence. BB King, who's 6 years old, Elsie Stancombe, who's 7, and Alistair Silva Aguirre, 9, died when a knifeman attacked at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class on Hart Street on the 29th of July. 10 others were seriously injured, including the yoga teacher,
but they've all recently been readmitted. Sorry, she, the yoga teacher, has recently been readmitted to hospital. And our last headline, the Mpox outbreak is not another COVID-19. This is what the WHO has said, the World Health Organization, because much is already known about the virus and the means to control it. While more research is needed on a clade 1B strain, which triggered the UN agency into declaring a public health emergency of international concern, the spread of Mpox can be reined in. In July of 2022, the WHO declared PHEIC, which is the Public Health Emergency of International Concern, over the international outbreak of the less severe clade 2B strain of Mpox, which mostly affected gay and bisexual men. The alarm was lifted in May of 2023. I remember we spoke about that as well, innit? And Mpox is not the new COVID. Again, this is what was reiterated by them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines.
The reason why they're saying it's not a new COVID is because they are well aware of it. Is that what they're saying? That's the only.
Well, and they know how to control it as well. Yeah, because it's not a new virus. That's basically what they're saying.
So what does it mean? Does it mean that they're going to be like offering a lot of vaccinations?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. So you're saying they're gearing up to something?
Potentially, yeah. Or just telling you, like, you remember with the COVID thing, everything was kind of made up. We don't need to go into that again. But you know, the whole 6 feet, the mask, all that stuff was on the fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This, at least they know certain things they can advise people will work because we've had the virus before in certain countries.
So they're just saying that they have a lot more confidence in what they will be telling people.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're aware that if it is say it's like the COVID, people will be like, well, you didn't have a clue last time.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to run to do something. So if they now say, you can have confidence in us, when we advise you to do certain things, you can basically just do it with confidence.
I mean, that's you added on to it.
I'm asking the question. Do you understand?
I think it's part of it too.
Okay.
Definitely. You can't put nothing past these people.
Okay.
I think it's definitely part of it.
Marlon asks, why is it called Mpox now?
I think, what are they talking about? Some sort of stigma around the monkey thing, isn't it? Yeah. I think so. I think they were trying to say...
Do you think that's right?
What, to change to Mpox? Yeah, why not? Don't make no difference, I don't think.
So when you hear
it does, doesn't it?
When you hear monkeypox, what do you feel?
I don't feel nothing.
It's the same like if you hear chickenpox.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think what is that? Like who's doing that? The left, the woke.
Who's doing what?
Probably.
Like policing language and stuff. But obviously the sentiments out there, they're saying don't say monkey because of the negative connotations around the word monkey. But don't just stop saying it, calling it Mpox. Don't just play into it more. Like you should be again, we should be able to hear the word monkey without being triggered.
Yeah.
Slightly. Don't you think?
Yeah, I
think
agree.
it has racial connotations.
I think so.
I'm
I think that's
guessing
what they're
so.
saying.
Like
Because
they
of
got
where-
upset with the teacher when she was calling the kids cheeky little monkeys and stuff like that. But I feel like if you police the word, don't add to it. Then it's never gonna change. If that makes sense. The word's never gonna soften. The word's never gonna soften if you police it. It's like they ruined the racists and all this stuff and like ruined the word monkey. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
True.
But it's like if we police it or stay away from it and all that, it's never gonna soften.
So these are the reasons as to why it was changed. The stigmatism and racism, the accuracy and clarity. Some people actually thought that it came
From monkeys.
Yeah. And public health communication health authorities believe that a neutral, less controversial name would help improve communications effort during outbreaks. A name free from negative connotations is more likely to encourage people to seek help and adhere to public health guidelines.
Okay. It's weird because the M still stands for monkey.
Yeah. But I guess that's maybe saying in the future, most people kind of dissociate the two, innit? Maybe.
Okay.
Because when you hear X, are you still thinking Twitter?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I've called it. Yeah, it's Twitter to me. It's not, I don't know how it's gonna take for it to be X, but it's. I mean, I know it's called X, but it's Twitter.
You know how many people I hear saying X? Like they've
It's taking it on.
adjusted, they've updated their firmware.
Yeah, but I glitch a little bit. I have to be like concentrated. If you just say X first time, I have to be concentrated to know what you're talking about. If that makes sense, like, or there's like a little 0.001 delay, and it's like, oh yeah, Twitter. Like, if that makes sense, I'm still on Twitter because it's not an X, it's a tweet. If I go on there right now and I type out and I send out, I'm gonna send out a tweet. You get what I'm saying? It's always gonna be Twitter. But I don't know. All right, let's get into what you're saying. Topic of the day.
Okay.
my plan's foolproof.
All right.
Stay away.
You remember it's in Sweden now, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Has it got to Portugal yet?
Brent's a mug.
All right, people.
You really need some. Give him some of grandmother's natural like remedies because he keeps.
Yeah,
he's
he's
whooping
moving
cough.
like
He's
a
whooping cough
proper
at this
guy,
point,
yeah.
right? He's whooping cough
Yeah.
at this point.
He's seriously or something like that.
They tailor made something for me. I'm telling you.
And it affected you.
Huh?
It affected you. I
Yeah,
thought
but
the white man couldn't get to you.
No, but I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
But
they
you're-
tried to take
you're-
me out, but I ain't going nowhere.
But you're lessened, you're diluted, you're
No,
lapidated.
impossible.
But you're not
No.
100% though.
Yet, don't worry, man. It's fine. You know, it's part of the war. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to go back to the camp, man, and come back out again. But yes, today's topic of the day, which is Brent's idea,
What?
yes, was about men crying and being vulnerable.
Can I ask, is there a reason why it is that you basically said it was my idea? Because you didn't want people to think that you came up with it?
I mean, I just want to give you the credit for a great topic.
All right, so every other time it's you, yeah?
But you know it's,
I don't mind putting my name to this. Let's get into it.
let's do it.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right, so,
into it.
so there's a link here which basically inspired this topic. So Brent, if you don't mind, play that link, please.
All right. I see you have no notes next to this particular topic. That is nice. And I told you let ChatGPT help you formulate like
Listen, man.
session plans,
I
man.
don't have notes most of the time, so you know,
God
it's
damn
fine.
it. All right.
Oh, what's this man said?
And bear in mind, we need to try to talk. I'm going to keep pausing it. We can talk through it because it's going to get flagged. Last time I thought if I played it on X, it wouldn't, 100%.
Would it get flagged on Insta?
No.
Let me put that one in.
Nah, yeah, do that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because they got it
Oh,
from...
Insta don't flag.
Not when I play it from Instagram, no.
Okay.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's through Facebook. I don't know.
Meta.
But what's the network that Breakfast Club is part of?
iHeart.
That's
iHeart, yeah, media. iHeart Media. That's what popped up.
What is this madman said today?
But have you seen this?
No,
it's on there.
you don't see anything really. I don't see nothing to the today. If I didn't do this show, yeah,
Yeah, you wouldn't have a clue.
I wouldn't know nothing.
No, but
what's going on
you
in the
listen
world.
to LBC, don't lie.
Yeah, but I've slowed down a little bit as well because even that can take its toll, man.
Serious?
even that, man. You get the state of the country. It's just one thing after the other. It's just like
All right.
they're screwed.
All right.
Rage.
Okay.
Man. So yeah, well, what's your thoughts when you first see that?
What were my first thoughts? Maybe it's good to see him being open and honest and vulnerable. You get me? Because other men need to see that, especially black men. You get me? Don't think there's a lot of safe spaces for them to feel like they can just openly talk about their feelings and what they're going through. They always have to be strong and thing. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So to see him doing that might help. Might help some young black men out there get in touch with their emotions and their feelings, have some conversations about how they're feeling and what they're going through and stuff. So, yeah, it's good. Why would you reckon of it?
Do you feel like there's certain places where I hear what you're saying, because obviously other people could see this, be like, cool, I hear what you're saying. This is normal. This is how I am, maybe in my private room or whatever it may be. So, you know what I mean? And I feel some type of way. This is normal. But do you feel like there's a time and a place, though?
What do you mean the time and the place? He's in the interview and he got asked a question.
Yeah, but do you feel like sometimes it's important to be like, okay, cool, I'm sad and I can articulate it, but maybe doing this sort of stuff live on the radio isn't the best thing. So, for example, look at when he said to Charlemagne, "You cry too," and he's like, "Yeah, of course," but you just don't bring it to the radio. Is Charlemagne being conscious of why he doesn't bring to the radio? Does it matter?
I don't know, but then he's just doing a disservice to people because you're not being real. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not your real life. Obviously, he's got a job to do, so you don't want to be out here crying on the radio all the time or whatever. But if you have a conversation and it comes up and it gets like that and it feels like that, you should be allowed to cry on his radio show and not feel any type of way. You know what I'm trying to say? It's 2024 and we're in the age of social media and the content and everything's put out there. People are doing everything. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That some of it's appropriate, some of it's inappropriate. There's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm trying to say? When people are running around doing social media, sleeping with each other on the street and pissing in the street corners, acting like fools, kissing all up down the shows and Love Island stuff and jumping in beds with each other, is there a time and a place for that? Like, you manage to find time for everything. You can consume all kind of content. You get me? Online and on the internet, on TV, these TV shows, you can consume all kind of content. So why ain't the time and the place in public for man to be vulnerable and cry when you can do everything else?
Let me read out some stats. Black people in the UK are more likely to experience mental health issues compared to their white counterparts. For example, black men are 17 times more likely to be diagnosed with a serious mental illness, such as schizophrenia, compared to white men. Black men are 4 times more likely to be sectioned under the Mental Health Act compared to white men. This reflects a significant disparity in how mental health issues are treated within the community. Despite the higher prevalence of mental health issues, black individuals are less likely to access mental health services voluntarily. When they do seek help, it is often at a crisis point, leading to more severe interventions. Many black men report feeling pressure to be strong and not show vulnerability even when dealing with significant grief and loss. This can lead to suppressed emotions and unprocessed grief, contributing to long-term mental health issues. When's the last time it is that you experienced grief, Emmanuel? Like proper heavy grief?
I'll be honest with you, yeah. I would have to really think about it because my brain doesn't operate in... Basically, if something happens, it's almost like you... Say this room was full of grief, innit? You walk into the room, grief's around, walk out, close the door. I don't go back in there again. So it's like I have to remember that the room existed. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just how my brain deals with stuff. But
do you understand that analogy?
Yeah, is that like when what do they call that? What's that thing? Like compartmentalizing kind of.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Like
pretty much. Yeah.
Pack it away and lock it up and don't go in there, so you don't have to deal with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Forefront of your thoughts. I kind of get what you're saying.
Might be like that, yeah, man.
Does you walking into the room full of grief, does it stick to your skin when you leave, or does it just remain there?
I think it kind of stays there unless something reminds me, which will kind of be like looking through a window into that room. You know what I mean? But I don't go back in. I don't see any productivity in there.
How about you, Mags?
What was the question, sorry?
Does it stick with you when it is... do you process grief the same way as Emmanuel?
In what? Oh, like blocking it out?
Do you see that as compartmentalizing? Because compartmentalizing means it's in you, it's dormant or it's packed away. But he's suggesting it's when he leaves, he'll have to come back.
I get him saying it like that, but it's still dormant.
It's
It's
still the same way?
It's still in you. It's still dormant.
Okay.
Because it's there at the end of the day.
still
But
be
it sounds like
he knows. He's said it like he's not aware of the room anymore. The room goes, but
as
he's
outside
very
looking in.
He's very
'Cause that's
much.
how we said it.
He's very much aware that room's there. He's just not touching the handle and opening it, so it's still inside you and dormant. You know what I'm trying to say? You go
Okay. So the world is his insides.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. He's very much aware that you can pack it up there, but you can't just. That's not just a magic trick and it just goes. You have to be very conscious that, like I'm saying, he's walked past that door every day, but he's not. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going in there.
Is there a reason why you're not touching it, Emmanuel?
I think that's just how my brain is wired from when I was small. But
So you don't know why you're not touching it. It's just conditioning.
It's because if he opens the door, everything's gonna pour
don't
out, and he has to
speak
deal
for
with
him.
it.
Don't speak for him. It's
sorry.
his grief.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being mishandled right now, man. No, I mean, honestly, I don't think about it. So it's like when you ask me these questions, I'm having to think about why it is my brain is that way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can't really give you a proper answer, to be fair. Yeah.
All right. So do you see grief the same way Emmanuel sees grief? Compartmentalizing it. That's how you've.
Maybe like it's not. I don't sit in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't sit in it because that's and wallow in it because that doesn't.
Sorry. Let me start by go back to Emmanuel again. When was the last time you experienced grief? That was the question I asked you.
Oh, you speak to me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, go on.
When was the last time you experienced grief?
Probably last year. Yeah, probably last
Yes?
year. Yeah.
And was it like, did you have to go to a funeral?
No, it was back home, so I didn't go.
All right, okay, cool. When was the last time you experienced it where it is that it was close to you?
That was close to me.
But you didn't go back home?
Yeah.
So the actions that kind of follows loss, you didn't participate in?
I mean, only because I wasn't there physically.
How did you participate in it?
Because it's very close to me, innit? So
when you heard about it, what happened? What did you do?
I was driving in it, so what do you call it? I was just surprised, man.
Did you stop the car?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
So when you heard the information, because I'm guessing it was over the phone,
Yeah.
how did your body feel?
I don't know. You're making me have to go back there, innit? So I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously, it was a shock to my system, innit? So, yeah, it was a shock to my system.
Did your heart race?
Probably. Yeah,
Did you
probably.
feel chills on your skin? It was a surreal feeling.
You're trying to make him open the door and he don't want it.
Wait, sorry. Dr. Amani, am I doing this right? am I doing something wrong? Wait, so are you saying, sorry, I apologize. Trigger warning.
This guy's so
Wait.
annoying. Is that Dr. Amani?
You know who it
Was it Eddie?
is. Yes.
Is it?
What?
Oh, not now.
All right, cool. Let me get this over with. So we're going to invite you onto the stage, Eddie. We got 2 minutes. I've invited you. When it is that you pop up, then cool. But if not, then I'm gonna move on. I'm giving you 1 minute and a half left. If you don't go along with what I've just said, I'm gonna lock it off.
Just take a call back when we finish, man. We're chopping it up.
All right, now it's 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Hey, what's up?
how are you?
Just made it.
Good, how you doing?
Blessed and highly favored. What are your thoughts? How do you handle grief?
Well, I handle it a little differently, but I believe that it's okay to cry, even for men to cry, you know.
Mm.
But you say it's not good for men to cry?
He said it's okay for men to cry.
Oh, okay. In public? Eddie?
Yeah, kind of. I guess.
All right, okay. When was the last time you cried, Eddie?
I guess a while ago. Maybe. I cried in private.
Why'd you cry in private?
I don't know. I was thinking about something. I mean, it's It's like a happy cry. It's not really like a sad one.
Oh, tears of joy.
Oh, that's good. They're
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Where's Miss Mariah been?
she's been doing the Lord work. All right, Eddie. You want to say hi to everybody whilst you're on here, just quickly?
Oh yes, hey people, hey.
Wonderful.
Big up yourself, Eddie, man.
All right. Get back to the comforts of your bedroom and stay tuned in. Thank you very much for calling in.
My pleasure.
All right. Bye.
Take care.
All right, Emmanuel, are you saying you don't want to go down that particular avenue? I thought you were just asking questions, but Mark seems to know more about your.
I'm answering what you're saying, but obviously, I have to go back and remember, innit? I don't have any of this at the forefront of my mind.
Yeah. All right, Margs, the last time it is that you felt heavy grief, when you heard the news, what happened to your body?
That's what happened to my body now. No. What happened to me? Obviously, I was upset, innit?
What does upset look like to you? Because Iman didn't say he was upset. He said it was shock.
I was angry and I was upset. I was emotional.
Do you withdraw from society for a while when you ponder the news that you received?
That time, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I'm quite withdrawn anyway. I got like recluse tendencies, especially if I'm going through stuff. I'll just do it myself. You get me? So, yeah, I can see that. I can see that being a normal reaction for me. Just taking myself away. Just getting my head around shit. But I have a different way of looking at grief and stuff like that, especially when it's like losing people, like people being killed and stuff like that. Because of experience it's happened before, it's like I understand why it feels like how it feels, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you said you have a different way of dealing with it. What's the different way?
No, I'm just saying, that's just a way of looking at pain and grief and stuff like that. Like, I'm not like confused. I don't find myself looking for answers, and like I understand why I feel the way I feel, if that makes sense. Like when I'm upset or distraught about losing someone, like I understand like what's happened. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I understand what's happened. I understand the severity of what's happened. I understand why I feel the pain I feel, like, you know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like a lot of people, when they go through grief and stuff like that, they're always confused. It's always people asking questions and why this and why me and why tear and stuff like that. And then when you don't have the answers and you search and stuff, that's when you can get led down certain paths or whatever. And I just never feel, I've been there before, but I'm saying by this point in my life, the whole whys and woe is me stuff like that, I'm not really there, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, I get it. It's like, if I heard one of my friends died tomorrow, I'll be like, well, one of my friends died last week. You know what I'm trying to say? One of my friends got shot up last week, and it's just like, I understand the process. So we got to get ready. We got to go to a funeral again. He's gone now. I'm never gonna see him again. Like, I just get it.
You get
If that makes
desensitized
sense.
to some degree.
Huh?
You get desensitized to some degree.
Kinda. Yeah, but it's like, I'm not trying to drive myself crazy and ask all these fucking questions and the meaning of life and it's just like, all right, cool, strap your boots up.
Yeah.
We'll go again.
When you say desensitized to some degree, what do you mean, Emmanuel? Because it sounds as though he still goes through processes.
But it's almost like, I can't think of a good example, but it's almost like, say you was laying like this on your back here, and you're getting all the rays from the sun. And at a certain point in your life, it's like you feel the heat on every part of your body that's exposed. Let's just say you've been doing it for so long that certain parts is kind of just messed up, right? Those parts are now desensitized, isn't it? So you feel the sun, you know it's there, but you don't feel it in the same way because certain parts, the nervous system, you know what I'm saying, at certain parts just don't function in the same way no more. You know what I'm saying? So you can just, deal with it. You know what I mean? It's not like, the sun has like finished me. No, it's like, okay, cool. I feel the sun, I've got the heat, but I can get up. You know what I'm saying? You don't even bother putting bloody finger on it anymore because it's just part of life.
Because I've lost so many people to varying degrees of relationships and stuff like that, yeah, like from closeness and stuff like that, and I've lost like some of the closest people in my life. I've lost already, like especially like friends wise and stuff like that. It would have to be like a massive loss to pop me down like that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like it would have to be like the saddest story. Like this is the worst one, like the only one I got left. You know? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like because
100%.
I've been through it. I've lost close friends, siblings, ready to the tail. Like I've done it, innit? So like, then if it's fucked up because obviously you're not comparing like things, but like if the next person that goes is like lower on the rung than one that I've lost already, then it's like I could take that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? That I could do with that. I've been there before. Is that fucked up, Brent?
What is what effed up?
Like comparing.
No, because you just said that from what you felt so far, you haven't needed to pop down. But I do believe you have popped down. You've popped down in a manner in which another man would not call it pop down. Like I don't know if it is that Emmanuel has ever paused or joined a group of his peers to basically reminisce and grieve over a fallen person. You have several times to the fact that it's now a function. When it is somebody is lost, the same boys come together and you'll hold like it's your son. And it could be drinking, it could be just sharing memories and whatnot. But that's what something I don't think he does that. Do you understand? And he might call that popping down. Would you call that popping down?
I'm gonna pop me down.
Because you don't use that language anyway.
No, but I just don't see it in that way though.
Have you
know what
ever
I'm
done that?
saying? Not for like years, like every year sort of thing. But
When was the last time you did that?
long time. But again, I have to now think because I don't think that way. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't understand what you're
You
saying.
see that when a celebrity passes, has a celebrity passing affected you that you felt?
Can you just put the microphone so that you're speaking there? No.
Never.
No.
What about you, E-Man? None of your heroes or what were your heroes were gone before?
Prodigy, you know, it might be Prodigy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. See what you just did now?
Huh?
You just said that for somebody in his family, he did it. From the bar as Prodigy.
No, but I know you don't mean it in the same way. You just feel like affected you like, it's sad that this person passed away.
How
You don't
was
mean
it?
like I'm out there in my house like crying and
No.
the hell?
How is your grieving different to when a family member passed?
what compared to who?
He just asked you about.
Yeah, but I'm not grieving for Prodigy. That's not how I took the question.
But you felt it though. Like.
Like, oh man, it's sad the Prodigy's gone, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Have you ever heard a celebrity pass and like I've seen my mum cry when Michael Jackson passed, and I was like, and I was surprised. I'm saying, why? She's like, what do you mean? I've had this man on my wall since he's been a child, like from 7. Like we grew together, all the different things. She's like, this is sad, and I think it was on the day he was going to a funeral as well. She's like, it's sad. I think I saw her cry when Princess Diana died. I didn't know why, but obviously they will love Princess Diana. But I'm thinking like, has a celebrity, you've never heard a celebrity
My
pass?
friend, in your lifetime, you've probably seen women expressing themselves through tears more than you've seen men.
Yeah.
You telling me that you've seen your mother doing this at NX. That's normal for you.
But that's celebrities.
At this point, you probably desensitize women doing that, right? Right?
But that's over celebrities
Talk
though.
to me about your father instead.
I ain't seen my dad cry for no one.
All right.
But I've seen it, not for no celebrities anyway.
Did you cry for Michael Jackson?
Nah.
Who did you cry for?
I ain't cried for no celebrity death. What's the celebrity death that pissed me off the most? Kobe was bad. I didn't like that. I was sad that Kobe died.
Because his daughter was in the helicopter too.
Okay, we'll go with that one.
Nipsey?
Nah, Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse bothered me. I wasn't happy when Amy died because just everything that she didn't get to do. You get me? I think the future, what she could have done, all them drugs, could have been greater than she was. You get me? But I don't think I could cry for a celebrity. Oh, then again, nah. You know what? My one hasn't gone yet. I don't know who my one is. I'm not saying like I'm waiting for someone to die, but I just mean that I don't think anyone that I care about like that has died yet. So I don't know. I can't say. You get me?
In my mind, you've processed grief and you live and sit in grief. Wait, let me just take about processed grief. Grief. Sorry, you've sat in grief before. Whilst you've known me, you've sat in grief. You have sat in grief. I don't know if it is you fully processed it in a manner which is Dr. Amani might say you processed it, right? But I do believe that you've processed it somewhat, 100%. Because you've asked questions during the time whilst you were sitting in grief. You've asked yourself those philosophical questions, those age-old questions you've asked yourself. And yeah, you've reasoned with yourself. Everything that you did looked and sounded normal to me, right? Maybe the just beyond that is... And I would say that you did that in public too. I would say that whilst on air with loons, y'all politicked and reasoned about grief. This is going out to hundreds and thousands of people. You've done that.
It's true.
Would you do that, Emmanuel? Would you talk about grief publicly?
I don't think I'll be like, oh, I'm not going to do it.
But you would, if
But
it is that you
I wouldn't
ask
be planning
questions, if
to
Dr.
do it.
Amani was here, she was asking you questions and whatnot.
Maybe it depends on the questions and stuff.
I was a bit stumped before because this is new to me, innit? If that makes sense. Like when obviously I've always been in the public eye, but if someone died or someone passed away before, I don't know, you go through the process, music, you can make us a song or something. I don't know, you could just just go through it differently. But having been making podcasts and talking every week is different. So when my friends are passing away while I'm making podcasts, that's a totally different thing. Because I'm saying, right, I don't understand how to attack this.
You see, it's a different level of communication that you've cultivated in this room. I don't know if it is whilst you sat there, you are so conscious that whilst you're speaking, it's going out to an audience that are looking and listening to you, right? So you've cultivated in such a manner where you could chop stuff up and it just be like you're not doing that back there. I lie, because you wouldn't say certain things. That's still, nope. But that area of vulnerability, you'll lean in a bit more than one who isn't versed with this whole podcasting thing would.
Yeah, but then sometimes I just feel like I don't even know if we probably have to work and get to a point where we can actually do that. Because in every instance where I've lost someone while I've been podding, my initial reaction is I'm shutting it down.
You
Because I
fight
can't,
it.
not like fight, but I'm saying I'm shutting the pod because I can't come on this week and give you a podcast. I can't give you the content because there's more important things than sitting down talking, chatting shit. You know what I'm trying to say? And if I am going to sit down and talk, it's just going to be the whole time. So we can't do this right now. So you still have to work and get to a point to where we can sit down and have the conversation on the podcast. But initially it might be too raw.
Amazing. And in that confession, you've basically looked to prioritize things or place things in hierarchy. You've had the consciousness to say, no, I can't now present myself in the manner in which it is that y'all are used to because I am in grief right now. You see how you've just acknowledged that, no, I am in a season right now that I cannot be who you want me to be. How is that not processing stuff? How is that not acknowledging? Emmanuel, would you be able to just switch?
What do you mean?
You would be quote unquote professional. You sit up, turn up. Nobody would have a clue that you're going through anything.
No idea.
That's what I'm saying. He would turn up and he's like, yep, let's go. Monday morning.
Absolutely.
Headlines.
No idea. You would have no idea. Because what is the need? Unless it's like,
Would you ever tell me, Brent, I need a week? I think you might.
But that
Dependent on who.
Probably, yeah.
I know my strengths and weaknesses. Like, so even when I'm grieving, there's times when I'm in here and I'm going through it, but I'm delivering, I'm doing my job. But I know I can do that. You know what I'm trying to say? When I tell man I need a week, it's because I know, like, because I know myself. Like, I need this week, brother. Like, you know what I'm trying to say that? Especially if I'm gonna come, if I'm gonna be engaged, if I'm gonna be good. Like, what's the point of coming on camera and being like, it don't make no sense. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it don't make no sense. I can't do this right now. This ain't. It's not even like I can't. Yeah, as well. Because especially with me, like I'm one of them people. I try to do what I want to do all the time. I don't want to. You know what I'm trying to say? That I want to say. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do this. You know what I'm trying to say? But probably more important than whether I can or whether I can't. Because if I sat down and focused and grind it out, I probably could deliver it. I don't want to do this right now. Like, there's bigger fish to fry. I don't want to do this. You know what I'm trying to say? There's bigger fish to fry. He's not sort this out. I'll be back.
Let me just segue a little and talk about grief within a relationship as opposed to loss, right?
Okay.
So let's say you're in love with somebody. Try to basically wear this cloak. I don't know how you'll be able to. Just try. I don't know. And let's say it's long-term relationship. Doesn't have to be marriage or whatnot, but long-term. And your partner is like really like putting you to the edge. I don't know what for. I don't know how. I don't know what they're doing, but they brought you to the edge. Whether it's like consistent like abuse in a particular way, or it's just you having to bite your tongue forever, right? Or she just has a great command of how to get at you, and she uses it like just in a malicious manner, but still with the finities, so as they still keep you there, and you can't react in the manner in which it is that your spirit wants to react because you're not that man. How do you express that grief in private and in public?
I don't know. That would probably be these support systems, friends or something, having a conversation with. That shouldn't be able to drive you to a point to where you're saying you got to shut the pod down and you can't come in though.
They remove podcasting from this. I'm not talking.
No,
about
but I'm just saying that. You know that I'm saying that the levels of grief where people can't work. Like I don't like when that. I don't think. I mean, I get it, love and all that, but when it's driving people and they can't concentrate and they can't do your work. If you can't come in and perform this job because you got problems with your gal at home, I'm saying you're taking the piss.
All right. So
this is what I'm telling you. I'm saying,
and I understand that coming from you. I understand that coming from you because love hasn't bled into your normal routine of life.
Yeah.
You even claim what is love in the first place, right? All right. So it's understanding coming from you, and it's important to basically present that to the people. The two different men in the room in that regard. Oh, maybe sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Sorry.
So you could be grieving like you just said and come in there and deliver a stellar performance and no one not even know. But love could pop you down to where you couldn't deliver that performance.
Me.
All right. Let me not even labor on this because the laugh is right. 100% he will come and he would have no clue. Let me change it a bit. There are times when we talk about men versus women topics. We get there, right? And you have had to basically mince words, whether it's because the people who have called in a particular way, or the chat is a particular way. You've had to change the way you deliver certain things because you're mindful of how it would come across, right? And a lot of the times it's focused on relationships, right? Do you feel that eats away at a man after a while? Do you feel that he is grieving silently?
Suffering in silence.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that. Because that could lead to that. 100% some of the causes for the deaths and the suicides and whatnot. Trigger warning.
I'm not even
It's
gonna lie.
down to that.
There's various reasons. Everybody's different. Some are justified, some are unjustified. Whatever it may be, everybody's experiences are different. But there is a silent majority out there that are suffering in silence, and that can that can that can take his toll. That can change the man. You know what I'm trying to say? Not being able to feel like you can voice your, you know what I'm trying to say? Like your opinions, your fears, your stresses, whatever. Like you're just how you're feeling at that time because you're in the confines of that relationship. That can take its toll. You know what I'm trying to say? Some people can say it's selfish. There's people that stay in like relationships and stuff like that they know is not right for them or know that they don't want to be in. Sometimes for months, you know what I'm trying to say? That takes its toll on the human being.
You said it could change a man. What do you mean?
It's just your personality could just dim your light. You get what I'm trying to say? Like just yeah, man, just dim your light. Just make you be a shell of the man that you're supposed to be. Why?
And how does that manifest in mixed company, Manuel? How does that manifest? Because do you understand what Max is talking about?
100%, of course.
Do you see it?
In who? What do you mean, do I see it?
You have some water?
I got some. I mean, I fully understand what you're saying, but I think that's just how human beings are. When you're with somebody, man and woman, you both change, innit? So if there is a certain, I guess, pressure from a particular direction, and it's really forcing you to change who you are fundamentally, there's going to be that, you know what I'm saying, that battle. And if, like Mark is saying, you're holding it in and certain things like this, it's going to take its toll, 100%. So I fully get what you're saying. I agree.
How does it take its toll?
I think it will just manifest in various ways, isn't it? Like, person could be angry at everybody else except the damn situation. Could make them, I don't know, man, just change who they are. See the world differently. You know what I'm saying? Just see the world differently.
Have you all experienced being silenced when talking about certain topics and you choosing to do that because of the consequences that may follow?
Being silent and talking about certain topics because of the consequences. Because maybe sometimes being silent is for the good. I'm aware. I wouldn't call it being silent. Is it being silent though? I'm probably aware that I hold on to certain opinions that I shouldn't share publicly because of potential consequences. Is that being silenced?
Depends on what the things that you're holding on to. Wow. Give me an example.
No, that's not. That's not how this works.
Okay. How about you, Manuel?
So I didn't hear the last thing. I was laughing at what Esther said in the chat because she rhymed Delulu with Tululu.
What?
Sorry. It makes sense if you read it. But
What did Esther say?
She said, Chijoke, I hear you on that. Anyone thinking that they're successfully masking the emotions they're avoiding is Delulu, and it's definitely not the Salulu. So yeah, I was just laughing at that. But anyway,
Okay.
what's the last thing you said?
Stacey says, is that being silenced or picking your battles, Brent? But, Manuel, are they different?
I think they might be different because I think you can silence yourself, innit? And not being silenced by somebody else. You're just more so thinking about their feelings. You're more so... Is that what
Sorry,
you mean?
when you say you can silence yourself,
Yeah.
what is that?
What I mean is basically just saying, you know what, cool.
Because you're still being silenced.
Yeah, but it's more so no one's forcing you to be this way. You're choosing to be this way because maybe you care about the ramifications or the consequence of this.
And you have basically said that is choosing, picking your battles, right? You silencing yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm saying that they might be slightly different from what you were saying about someone silencing you and you picking your battles. Because you picking your battles kind of implies you're in control of the situation. Someone silencing you implies they have imposed themselves on you. That's kind of how I'm seeing it.
Don't you choose in both scenarios?
No, really not. Not always.
You of course you always choose. What are you talking about?
No, because someone can silence you, right?
How?
I don't know. Just make you get to a point where it's like, okay, you can't do something. Not that you don't want to do something. So you can't say this, or you can't. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Explain that to me, please, Max. Because in my head, you choose everything you do. You choose.
Yeah, I hear you.
You
I hear
choose
you
to do or you choose not to do.
What was the concept?
Right?
Was it
You could choose not to do it because of the fair. You choose not to do it because you're not confident enough to basically do it because the opposing force against you. But you choose each and every time.
I hear you on that.
What, to not say something like they're saying? So you talk about the difference between being silenced and holding something back? Kind of.
Yes. Explain the difference to me.
If
I could understand it in the context of a platform and you being banned from that platform, you're being silenced. You cannot speak, right?
okay, yeah.
So, but explain to me in the relationship.
In a relationship,
Yes.
how comes the difference between someone silencing you and maybe like emotional blackmail? So you choosing not to voice certain things is your choice that you're making, but somebody that holding something over you, you know, like there might be people in relationships where like, okay, cool. Say like a man, do you know, like with gender roles and stuff like that, and men want to be the providers and stuff like that. Say like a man's financially in a bad situation or something like that, and then the girl is helping him out for it or whatever. Through that period of time, he was down bad. She was the breadwinner. The gender roles flipped. You're demasculated, whatever the word's called. You're going through that kind of stuff. Whether you even come out of it or not, and you're going through relationships, you could be with someone that kind of like holds that period over you. And so like you can't, you know, like you might have certain gripes about certain things, but you can't say them because the person's like, be quite like, you don't pay the bills right there, or I'm the one that's the breadwinner. Relax, stay in your box kind of thing. So your opinions are kind of not valued like that. That's kind of like being silenced, if that makes sense.
And I don't know, I don't think I'm splitting hairs with this. I understand the example you're giving, but in that scenario, you aren't going to be held over a barrel. Marks.
Yeah.
So in that same scenario where another man would fear the consequences and he'd be like, nope, I'm not going to basically oppose this because I fear what she will do in that regard. You're not doing that. Do you understand? So you still have a choice. That man is choosing not to do it because he fears the consequences.
Okay.
Do you understand? And I might be splitting hairs, but I don't think I am. Do you understand? I didn't want to fixate on the differences because the focus I wanted to talk about was the feeling that you cannot speak.
That you can't speak.
Do you understand? That's for fear of consequence.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I don't know, being the masculine one in the relationship, it's different to have that mindset. If I was a woman and I could switch roles, I can create a scenario where that's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? Like people being like abused and stuff, or like under threat, like getting physical with them and stuff like that, so they can't say what they're saying for fear of repercussion and stuff like that. It's like, but being the man in the relationship, the dynamics is different. I don't know what, like I said, unless someone's got holding something over me, like blackmail, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know what scenario thing I can be in to where, you get me?
Emmanuel, you have a particular viewpoint of how a man should be, how he should turn up in a marriage and in a household, right? If the person you were with no longer saw you as that person you thought you needed to be, could you remain in that relationship?
Is it my fault or is it because they're an animal?
Explain.
So, like, if, for example, the man is thinking, I'm doing all those things, though, but this person maybe don't appreciate me in these areas. it might be different to if the man's maybe failing in those areas and the woman's right in how she views him. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just say you're feeling in the mode and the model, the profile of who you would have a man to be. You're feeling in that regard.
Could I stay?
Yes.
Off the top of my head, I think I could if I am thinking I need to fix up. Because this is a good woman. She just wants the man to be a man. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't want to lose her. You know what I'm saying? So let me stay and let me take on board what she's saying and be the man that I was meant to be.
Do you think, based on your mentality of masculinity, there are certain things that you should not do in front of a woman? Let it be as toxic as you want it to be.
No, I'm not toxic anymore, innit? So, I mean, I never was. But, I mean, oh no, I can't think of any at the moment, you know?
How about you, Mags?
Things that man should never do in front of a woman.
Yeah. The way you basically see masculinity.
Cry. So let's just
Now,
go there. Let's
now why?
Let's just go
why-
there.
Well, he was afraid to say that.
No, but you know the thing is, I don't necessarily believe that's the case though. Because
Talk to me.
Because I really feel like there's some good, strong men out there that may cry in front of their woman. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe once in the entire relationship. You know what I'm saying?
And you're saying that that's the only...
No, I'm just basically
That's
saying...
the limit. That's the ceiling.
No, I'm just saying because that has happened, it don't make him less of a man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that.
Does the reason you cry for matter?
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, potentially.
If you had a street fight, and you got and you lost the street fight, and then you're home crying in front of your gal, is that right?
No, you can't do that, man.
You shouldn't. So you don't have to be vulnerable even after you just got attacked.
No, see, being attacked is different to a street fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it was equal.
This is toxic.
If you're being attacked now, nah, man, that's different. That's different. No, but if you're like, I don't know, like there could be men out there who are watching movies, and then just something just touches them and start crying, and they're like, oh, I can't take it, and all that sort of stuff. Like,
You say you shouldn't do that.
Why are we doing that though?
But a woman, I don't. If it's a sad movie,
There's countless sad movies that we've all seen. No one's crying.
I don't cry during movies. Yeah,
There you go.
But obviously, I'm an empath. I feel in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
There has been movie scenes where I know
yeah,
if I wanted to,
yeah.
I could cry over this right
Okay,
now.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's been some sad stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%.
So ain't that the same thing?
No, but you chose not to. That's you. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're not. You was a man. You know what I'm saying? You know what the thing is, yeah? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is all for entertainment, guys. I promise. There's just certain things where it's like, I feel like a man has to. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there has to be a difference. Men and women are not the same. And I know, you know what, trigger warning. Like, we're not the same. And I feel like there's certain things that come with, that you associate with strength and things of that nature. And I'm not saying crying is a weakness, but in some situations you're expected to be strong. And that's for good reason, because whether women like it or not, they want a strong man in the house. They do. They don't want you crying as much as they do. They could tell you that. Start crying, 6 months, relationship dynamic will change. Guarantee you. Try it.
All right. What do you think the percentage is? Obviously,
what?
we're just throwing numbers into the podcast studio right now. Of the amount of women who would basically see you differently when it is that she knows you're a frequent crier.
If you're a frequent crier.
That's what you said, right?
Yes, exactly. I want to be clear on the question you're saying though.
Yes.
On the amount, 50%.
That's even. That's not too bad.
You know what?
What are you doing? That's not too bad at all.
Okay, cool. But 50%, that's one in.
Brother, that's not too bad. Especially seen as like there are more women out there than men. That's not too bad at all.
I think that is bad because then if they see you if they see you differently as a frequent crier, that means half of relationships will change. Immediately.
No, you're have relationships. We don't want. You're going on like.
Because I'm saying the relationship dynamic. I'm saying the dynamics in the relationship will change. They will see you completely differently. 100%. That's what I think, anyway.
As in, they will see you as weak.
Yes.
Now, when you say frequent crier, frequent crier, when you say that, you are probably assigning the crying to stupidness.
Yeah.
Right? Because you would assign that same stupidness to women crying for no reason.
No, I wouldn't, because I just see it as
what?
I mean, no, because that's women's business. That's up. I don't get into that. I'm just saying for men, right? There's certain things.
When you say for no reason, like give me an example, because I want to see how foolish it is.
Watching movies. What? I don't know.
Okay, just let me. I'm crying. I'm started and crying at
I'm
crying that Nemo is a bit different, Emmanuel. Don't do that.
I told them in the chat when was it Endgame or Infinity War when Spider-Man was phasing out. We see when Thanos done the snap, yeah, and Spider-Man's there on the floor and he's disappearing. He's going his days with Iron Man. He's going, Mr. Stark, what's going on? I'm not even gonna, I don't know what happened. Yeah, it nearly. I was like, no. You get what I'm saying? If I blinked, you know, I was watching TV. I was watching TV like this because I knew. You see, if I blink right now, it's over. You get me?
But you didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's the strength.
All right, so I have a theory that you cried there.
Get out of here, man.
I have a theory that you cried there. I see that as you crying. Even though the tears did not drop.
He didn't.
No, you see how you've decided to basically characterize crying as just tears need to fall from your eyes.
Okay.
Suppose you have some
deficiency.
Yeah, well the tears don't drop. You understand? For anything.
Yeah, even though the tears didn't drop, in that moment
Yes.
I felt all the necessary.
Because crying is not just the tears falling.
All the necessary requirements to cry. I felt them.
Do you say you cried before Emmanuel?
I said again?
I know the world didn't know about it. You been walking around just crying. Just crying.
You know what? Even if that was the case, this goes back to what I was saying before, time and place. Sometimes you just have to take the time for yourself and be like, cool. This is why I said to you, I don't think men crying is a bad thing. I really don't. But I do think most men at least think, cool, if I'm going to, I can somewhat control myself. I think being a man, one aspect of being a man is like trying to be in control. Not trying to control things and be toxic, but just understanding, cool, I have restraint. I can control myself and know how to conduct myself in certain environments. I think that's part of it, and I think women respect that. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So, again, it can go too far, and we be like, you know, trying to be rock hard all the time, this, that, and the third. But I think women respect that.
All
and
right.
I think that's what makes them appreciate you more when you are vulnerable in front of them.
All right, okay. If they see you crying all the time, they will see it as a form of weakness, and then they will basically just innately feel like you can't protect them.
Is that your conclusion, yeah?
I'm asking, is that what you're saying? I'm summarizing.
I think it ties into it. I don't think it's just crying, it's just whatever.
They may not
I think
admit it
there's
with their
other
mouths,
things. I
but
think there's just other things.
like inside.
If we was having a conversation on here,
Yeah.
and it led you to a point where you felt like you was gonna cry,
Yeah.
would you cry through the conversation or would you shut it down?
I've cried in here.
Not on air though.
Yes, when Daryl came and he was showing the presentation about the
kids.
schooling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tears were in my eyes, like fully. And I knew the tears were gonna fall before, because obviously how I see crying is it's inside first.
I was
isn't
in
it?
the car by that point. I was watching in the car.
Serious.
Yeah.
But I was welling up 120%. I can't hold stuff like that back because the anger, it manifests in, this needs to come out of me. I can't have it remain inside of me. It needs to come out. Because if it doesn't come out, it will fester and it will manifest differently.
And I understand that.
I would break down if it is I don't express myself, my anger, my frustration.
Wait.
I will break down.
What is it about that the masculinity thing that men shouldn't be in that? You know, like when you hear a man talking and he's going through, even like you can hear a cry coming. Like you know, like the voice breaks. You know, like you can like and it's that whole song and dance before. It's disgusting. Like, I'll be honest with you, like you don't want to see it. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you just don't want to see it. You don't want to. It's cool to be vulnerable and share moments with people and whatnot. But when it's happening in real time, I forget how the person's feeling. I'm talking about me watching it. Like, I don't want to. Like, brother, don't do it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
But why do you think it is that you don't see it though?
Because it's the saddest thing in the world
In the
to see a
world.
grown man cry. I'm telling you, you don't. When you hear a man talking, reason, you hear his voice breaking, and you think, and you're ready to tear. It's just sad.
All right, check what you've just said. You're not ridiculing him.
No,
You are saying that it's now affecting you. It might be contagious. You just said it's sad.
yeah,
Right? So you are now feeling that prick, and you said you're an empath. So everything's amplified for you.
I'm feeling it.
So when it is he starts just breaking down, that's Samson starts to basically break down. Your move to now be like, oh crap,
Yeah, because I feel people's pains.
this is it.
Like I could be at funerals and be fine, but seeing someone can set you off. You know what I'm trying to say? Like seeing someone
And your nose gets tickly.
distraught can set you off. You'll be fine. Like you're going through the same things and you'll be fine. But it's just seeing that person's pain.
I think that's healthy.
It's too much.
I think that is healthy. The way you're reacting, I think you should be fine with seeing that. You should want to now move to console them. Want to move to offer help in a manner in which it is that will bring them comfort, so that the crying stops.
Well, you got to be
the grief stops.
You got to be strong for that. I'm not offering. You can't offer me. I can't console you, and I'm bawling as well.
Consoling me look different.
No, but I'm just saying, I've got to be strong for that. If you're broken, we can't both be broken down or go away.
No,
if you're broken down, I'm strong.
No, I said to offer help. I didn't
But I
say for
can't
you
offer
to start
help.
crying too.
If you cry and I start breaking down, I can't offer help. I've got to be strong to help.
What does that even mean? What does it mean? You think that shared like processing
Is
can't be comforting? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, in my mind, I've got to be strong to help you. That's the whole point of lending the help. I've got to be
What
strong
does your
to help
strength
you.
look like?
No tears. Straight back, head high, chest, chin up.
And that will basically help the person to stop crying because
They
they
will
feel
soothe
away.
them, will give them.
Don't
not-
say soothe. Don't
Not
say
feel
soothe.
away. They'll feel comfort that they've got support there. That they've got support and they've got strength and warmth there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If I'm gonna come and support you, Brent, I need to have a show of strength. Even in all our grief, if I'm walking and taking that attempt to come and grieve with you, to come and support you, I need to have a show of strength because you coming to support me while I'm grieving and you being popped down as well, it's gonna make us both pop down. It don't make no sense. You're coming to take me out of that. You're trying to support me and take me out of that.
Do you believe that expressing yourself in this manner is exposing stuff that should not be in your body?
What do you mean?
Crying. Do you think it's things that need to come out of your person?
Oh, what, crying?
Yes. Feelings, emotions.
You can feel like that sometimes. Sometimes you feel like you just need to let it out. You just need to cry in it.
What does that mean to you? You just said it like it's a t-shirt quote, but what does it mean to you?
What, to let it out?
Yes.
I'm saying that to wallow in it, to sit in the grief, to cry, to feel it, to cry and stuff.
And you say it needs to come out. How do you ascertain that it needs to come out? Because you know, right?
Yeah.
The same way where you might go to the gym or you might go play football, right? Or you might just punch up a bag. That anger, that frustration, it needs to come out. There needs to be some outlet. You would agree with that. Sometimes you will go in the booth and basically, here you go. There's my vengeance. Do you understand? Because it can't stay in. It needs to come out because it's eating me. Do you understand? And I'm not performing at my best whilst it's eating me. So when you're there talking about I can't cry too, you're an empath. You're purposed. You were given this responsibility and this power for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Just in my mind, if I'm going to come and support you, I'm going to be strong for you. I'm going to be the strong one. That's just how my brain works. If I'm going to come and do that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what you're saying. I think different people need different things at different times. And I believe being an empath, you would know what they need at a particular time. And if you now share that same pain and grief with that person, because there might be, sometimes you don't know what the trigger is, because you might be going there strong-backed, fully, I'm here for you. Like, just rod. There's stuff, right? And then they're talking, they're blubbering, they're talking, and they say something that you connect to too. And at that time, their voice breaks too. And you're like, yeah, 100% you start doing that. 100%. I do that.
No, I'm not
I
breaking.
ain't doing
No,
it.
what I'm saying is I'm not breaking. I know my charge. I know what I've been charged with.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking.
Yeah, they need to be strong at point your time.
Yeah.
I will not break.
I will
Hold
not.
on.
I will not.
Hold on.
Won't bend, won't fold,
Hold
won't
on.
break. No, no. That's the time your calling needs to be answered. That's the time when you need to be strong.
I don't see anything wrong in what you're saying, because there are times when it is that you need to push that back for the sake of that, and maybe later on you will basically do your own.
Yeah.
I understand everything you're saying. I understand that. Let me not be glib and be just pitting the entire brush with the entire thing. I'm not. I understand that, 100%. All right. I need to go at a certain time, but this is what happens when it is that we have a Wednesdays. All right, this is part 1.
All right, cool.
right.
Let's get into more headlines.
All right. No.
I think I could just continue all the way. Innit?
Yeah, you can continue.
All right, people. So the EU is planning to introduce its €7 EU visa waiver for British holiday makers by next summer. The scheme, which the EU confirms on its website, will start in the first half of 2025, will cover people from more than 60 non-EU countries, including the UK. So the Times EU Home Affairs Commissioner, Ylva Johansson, suggested that the visa waiver may be in place by May half-term holiday in 2025. So under the European Travel Information and Authorization system, passengers must apply for a waiver similar to the US ESTA before travel. This will be valid for 3 years or until their passport expires, whichever happens first. Next headline, and Kamala Harris's election effort has raised around $500 million in a month. This fundraising is unprecedented and reflects strong donor enthusiasm. Harris raised $200 million in the first week of her campaign, and the total amount raised by Harris and Biden before he dropped out exceeds $1 billion. Trump's campaign raised $100 million in July, with $327 million cash on hand. Harris's campaign cash in hand in July was $377 million. Donations from small dollar donors and large rally turnouts have boosted Harris's campaign. And Harris, for those who don't know, is running against the former President Donald Trump in the November 5th election. Next headline, and charities have warned that more than 500,000 children will go hungry during school holiday periods from October half term if the government fails to renew a £1 billion local welfare crisis fund, which is due to end in 6 weeks' time. English councils last year spent $370 million from their household support fund, the HSF allocations, on holiday food vouchers for pupils on free school meals. But more than a quarter of authorities say that this support could disappear if the fund is ditched. Discontinuing the HSF, which is the household support fund, could also devastate an already threadbare crisis safety net, which supports tens of thousands of families at risk of destitution with cash, food parcels, fuel vouchers, clothing, beds, cookers, and other essential items. Next headline, and Stephen Chamberlain, who's Mike Lynch's co-defendant in the US fraud trial, has died after being hit by a car while out running in Cambridgeshire. So I don't know, people are thinking this might be conspiracy, but the former vice president of finance at British software firm Autonomy was hit on Saturday morning, 2 days before Lynch's appearance, and was placed on life support. Cambridgeshire police have appealed for witnesses after the collision in Newmarket Road in the village of Streatham. On Monday, Lynch was reported missing after a superyacht sank off the coast of Sicily during a violent storm. One man, understood to be the vessel's chef, was confirmed dead, and 6 others, including Lynch and his 18-year-old daughter, remain unaccounted for. You guys hearing this? It's crazy. Chamberlain and Lynch were co-defendants in a fraud trial over the sale of Autonomy to Hewlett-Packard in 2011 for $11 billion. The pair faced the same charges of fraud and conspiracy for allegedly scheming to inflate the company's value before it was sold. Both men were acquitted of all 15 charges by a jury in San Francisco in June. After leaving Autonomy in 2012, Chamberlain worked as a chief operating officer for cybersecurity firm Darktrace and volunteered as a finance director for League One football club Cambridge United. Next headline, trigger warning on this one, guys. Trigger warning. A former firefighter took a photograph of a dead man at the scene of a fatal crash and he sent it to others. I don't know why these people are doing this stuff. Cameron Hansel was 33 of Rowley Regis, took the image on his phone at a road traffic incident on the 13th of March 2023 while working for West Midlands Fire Service. He pleaded guilty to one charge of misconduct in public office at Wolverhampton Crown Court earlier. West Midlands Fire Service said that Hansel was dismissed in August of 2023 after the matter came to its attention. The court heard how Hansel was of good character and had not been in trouble prior to this. A second charge under the 2003 Communications Act was then withdrawn. But during the hearing on Tuesday, the former firefighter spoke only to confirm his name and to enter his plea. The judge, Tylog Davis, accepted a request from the defence to adjourn sentencing for a pre-sentence report to be compiled, and the case has been adjourned until the 4th of October. And our last headline, trigger warning on this one, people. Kenyan police have arrested 8 officers over the escape of 13 people, including an alleged serial killer from Nairobi police cells. This is what an official has said. The 8 among them, the head of the station, who were on duty during the escape. This is what was relayed by the Acting Inspector General of Police, Gilbert Masengeli. And the escapers include Collins Kalusha, who is 33 and who was arrested in July after dismembered bodies were found at an abandoned quarry in Embakasi South in Nairobi. Police in July said that he had confessed to killing 42 women over the past 2 years and throwing their bodies into a quarry, which is used as a dump. At least 10 sacks with body parts were removed from the site. Mohammed Amin, who's the head of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, said that we are dealing with a vampire here, a sociopath. But when Kalusha was presented in court last month, his lawyer, John Indegwa, said that his client had been tortured into confessing. The escape was discovered at about 5 a.m. on Tuesday when the officer in charge and the station's canteen manager went to serve the prisoners breakfast. Police said that Kalusha and the other detainees escaped by cutting a security wire mesh at Basking Bay, which is a place where detainees can get fresh air, and then climbing a perimeter wall. And then they were out of there. And that's it for our headlines. It's time to pay them bills.
All right, where we at? Reaction?
Yeah.
Let's go. Welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out our sports headlines. I've just got a couple for you quickly because we got to get the hell out of here. So, Sterling's left out of Chelsea squad for the European game, which is mad. Raheem Sterling had been left out of Chelsea squad for the Europa Conference League. Who done that? You touched the deck, you made it jump. Someone did that. Brent.
I didn't touch anything.
Okay, sorry guys. Let's get back to the story. Raheem Sterling has been left out of Chelsea's squad for the Europa Conference League playoff first leg with Servette. Thursday's game is the second in succession the 29-year-old England forward has not featured in a matchday squad after he was omitted from Chelsea's Premier League opener with Man City. Sterling's representative said in a statement before Sunday's defeat by City they wanted clarity over the player's future at the club. Chelsea have spent about 185 million on 11 signings this summer, leaving manager Enzo Maresca with a squad of more than 40 senior players. Maresca said at the City game he wants Sterling at Chelsea, but acknowledged there is not enough space for all his players to feature in matches. Sterling has made 81 appearances for Chelsea since he joined from Man City for 50 million in July 2022. And Wolves are attempting to sign Arsenal's Aaron Ramsdale on loan. So Wolves have offered to sign Arsenal keeper Aaron Ramsdale on a season-long loan with option to make the move permanent in 2025. Ramsdale, who lost his starting spot to David Raya last season, wants regular playing time and was unused substitute in Arsenal's recent 2-0 win over Wolves. Firstly, I told you that Raya was taking number one. It was over for him. He was talking about, no, you can have 2 number ones, one or whatnot. He got his Champions League. I thought he was a better goalkeeper than this. How come it's just Wolves that he's being linked with? Even like with Chelsea had Robert Sanchez back in goal the other day. I don't know how he's got back in goal. I was thinking Ramsdale would be decent at Chelsea. Like, obviously, he's not number one for England, but I'm guessing he's second or third after Nick Pope, maybe. I don't know. I just thought if he was going to move from Arsenal, he'd be linked with bigger clubs than Wolves. If he went Wolves permanently, he's screwed, innit? Basically. Like, Arsenal's the top of his heights of his career, and that's like that little run that he had with views. That's it for him now, isn't it? He's done.
I think so. Internationally, he can still make it if it is he performs well, 100%.
What, make it to England #1 from Wolves? I mean, obviously Pickford done it at Everton, so but
And he's not England #1 right now at Arsenal, so that's not a.
no, but these are if he leaves, if he takes this Wolves moves, this Arsenal, that last couple of years, that's the heights of his career, right? Let's have it right, surely.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, sad story, man.
Not really.
You'd have done him dirty.
But we wanted Rye before we actually went for him.
I heard that, yeah. Oh well. Okay, cool. And our last headline is about Yannick Sinner. He's cleared of doping charges after a positive test. So the world #1, Yannick Sinner, has been cleared of any wrongdoing after twice testing positive for a banned substance in March. The substance was a metabolite of cholesterol, a steroid that can be used to build muscle mass. Sinner's physiotherapist inadvertently contaminated him with a substance for an over-the-counter spray used to treat a cut. Sinner was cleared of fault or negligence by an independent tribunal, but will lose ranking points and prize money from the Indian Wells tournament. What sport does this man play?
Is it tennis?
Tennis. It is tennis.
Tennis. Yeah.
Double check. Yeah, just reading about him. I'm trying to work out what he done.
Yeah, tennis.
Okay.
He's the Australian Open champion and he's current world #1, man.
And he's not guilty. You'll take it. All right, cool, man. That's the end of our sports headlines, man. Let's just wrap this up. This is how he's done it is because I don't like them. Reviews. Huh?
It's too late.
Well, that was a great show. Small show. Wednesday. You know, we get into the twilight zone on Wednesdays, and Brent has always got to leave early, so that was all right. We had a wonderful topic of the day. It was actually a great discussion, to be fair.
Thanks, bro.
There you go. This is why I was trying to give you the credit, Brent.
Don't
You know what
try
I'm saying? 100%.
You wanted people to know, hey, it's not my fault that we're gonna be talking about.
No,
being
not
cried.
at all. I promise, man. Every topic we do on here is amazing. So I'm giving you the credit.
Yeah, we'll big up Brent and Tyrese. We've got to the conclusion that men can cry.
It's true, man.
You know what I'm trying to say? So it's good for men to cry. So you make sure you check that out. In other news, King Charles has met the survivors from the Southport knife attack. WHO, the World Health Organization, has let us know that Mpox is not going to be the new COVID, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Over 500,000 children are due to face hunger this summer. If the £1 billion crisis fund is ditched, I don't know, they need to sort that out. Where's Marcus Rashford when you need him? And one of our last headlines that I was going to talk about was trigger warning one. There was a firefighter admitted to sharing photos of a dead body. I don't understand why people do certain things when they're in positions of power. Supposed to be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. How do you vet people? Like, if you're gonna be around dead bodies and stuff like that, like, you shouldn't feel the need to take pictures and like, how do you vet people to be in positions to be in jobs and stuff? It's weird. You don't know who they are until it's too late. Finan says, bringing up an issue you have with your partner, then they keep crying every time, makes it difficult to address your issue. Well, that's manipulation tactics, Finan. That's what the crying.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah,
We'll talk about manipulation tactics.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, because it's hard to get your shit off when tears come. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's a tactic.
It shuts you down.
Huh?
It shuts conversation down.
Yeah, it's just like
saying
especially
anti-Semite.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They weaponize tears. They weaponize tears. Like
Next Wednesday. Keep
Yeah.
it in your pocket, please.
I'm thinking this is something we should take on board too.
What are you talking about?
I'll just start crying. But yeah,
Entertainment.
next Wednesday, we'll talk about that. But yeah, thanks, man. That was a great show. We've got to get out of here. We're going to be here tomorrow. Yeah. I was going to say full crew best tonight tomorrow, is she?
Might be,
Hopefully. We'll see. Inshallah. All right, cool. We'll see you tomorrow then, man. Peace
Later.
out.
Peace.
Peace out.